What's up everyone? We are back at it today and we're looking into a premium dashcam today. The market for premium dashcams is rapidly gaining ground for good reason. They promise a level of image quality that the budget stuff just can't touch. We're talking about high-end hardware that you're simply not getting at a lower price point. Vantrue's N4 Pro S is one of the latest ones to hit the market, and on paper, it's a beast. This is a triple-channel setup featuring HDR, LTE support, and the company's signature plate pix tech, all running on the latest Sony STARVIS 2 sensors. But at nearly $400, we need to see if this is a refined tool for our cars or just a fancy spec sheet. Subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get into it. The first thing we have to address is the physical footprint of this thing. Make no mistake, the N4 Pro S is not a small dashcam. You're going to notice it on the windshield, and more importantly, so is everyone else. It's got a very clear "I'm here" vibe, which is something to consider if you're constantly parking on the street and want to keep a low profile. If you can get past the size, the build quality is actually impressive. Everything feels properly screwed and sealed together, no rattling at all. Even the main camera, which magnetically latches onto the mount, slots in like a glove and stays rock solid even when the road conditions get rough. We also really liked the little design touch where the SD card slot and reset button are hidden under the power button flap. It keeps the unit looking clean and professional. Now, the hardware configuration is where Vantrue is really trying to flex. This is a 3-camera system and they haven't cut corners on the sensors. All 3 units, front, cabin, and rear, are based on Sony STARVIS 2 sensors. Vantrue markets this as 360-degree coverage, which we'd argue is a bit of a stretch since your sides are still technically exposed, but it's about as comprehensive as a dashcam setup gets. The rear camera has been upgraded to be waterproof, and the articulating mount for it is versatile enough to fit almost any angle your vehicle requires. Even the design of the main unit has some clever touches, like the power button flap that hides the SD card slot and reset button, a neat trick that keeps the lines of the device clean and professional. Setting this thing up, however, is where you realize this isn't a plug-and-play device for the casual driver. To get the most out of the N4 Pro S, you have to be willing to dive into the menus. For instance, the plate pix mode is a standout feature, designed specifically to sharpen license plate capture at high speeds, but enabling it makes the overall image appear darker. It's a trade-off you have to decide on based on your specific driving environment. Then there's the voice control. It's a great hands-free safety feature, but it is incredibly pedantic. It responds only to precise phrases. If you say "take a picture" instead of the exact command "take photo," the camera will simply ignore you. It's these kinds of rigid software choices that remind you this is a tool for pro users who don't mind a bit of a learning curve. When it comes to the actual footage, the Sony STARVIS 2 sensors really earn their keep. The image quality is impressively clear even at 30 FPS. During the day, the 4K front, 1080p cabin, and 2.5K rear footage provide a level of detail that is smooth and free of the usual ghosting or motion blur. But the real test is at night. Nighttime driving isn't much of a challenge for these sensors. They manage oncoming headlights with impressive speed, recovering from glare almost instantly. You can clearly read license plates late at night without the video becoming a mess of digital artifacts or over-sharpened edges. The rear camera also holds its own, providing high-quality daytime recordings and decent performance once the sun goes down. The integration with the Vantrue app is another area where this package feels more premium than the competition. While many brands force you into clunky third-party apps, Vantrue's dedicated software is snappy. The live view gives you a clean overview of all 3 cameras and includes a GPS logger that overlays your route on Google Maps in real time. Wirelessly reading files off the SD card is lag-free, which is a massive relief if you've ever sat in a hot car struggling with a slow Wi-Fi connection. The app also allows you to tweak a broad range of settings that are much easier to navigate on a phone screen than on the camera's own buttons. Ultimately, the Vantrue N4 Pro S is a technically brilliant device that sits comfortably at the top of the current market. But at nearly $400, the expectations are sky high. It isn't the kind of device you just throw on your windshield and forget about. It requires meddling, configuration, and a bit of patience to master its specific voice commands and image modes. It's undoubtedly one of the best performers out there, particularly for content creators or road trip enthusiasts that demand high-fidelity archives of their journeys. Whether it feels like a truly refined experience or just a collection of great hardware depends on how much time you're willing to spend in the settings menu. Anyway, that's our look at the Vantrue N4 Pro S. It's a powerhouse for sure, and those STARVIS 2 sensors are the real deal. We're curious to hear what you think. Is a triple-channel setup like this something you'd put in your own rig, or is it more than you need? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more technical breakdowns. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.